When you hear output shaft speed sensor on a 2015 Ford F-150, most people picture hunting for a tiny hidden part under a truck that seems designed by elusive automotive gnomes. And honestly, they're not completely wrong. It's not immediately obvious. You know you have a problem. Transmission shifts weird. The dash throws error codes like P0720 or P722. Maybe the speedometer acts like it's on a caffeine bender. Output shaft speed sensor chaos makes you miss the days when trucks ran on pure vibes. So, first things first. The output shaft speed sensor measures how fast the transmission's output shaft is spinning. This information is not just car trivia, it goes straight to your truck's brain, helping it pick the right gear and shift at the perfect time. If it's failing, you'll get rough shifting, delayed acceleration, maybe the check engine light interviews you about your life choices. For the F-150, especially from 2015, this sensor's health can be the difference between buttery highway cruises and prayerful, clunky halts at every stoplight. You'd think Ford would put it right in the open. Instead, it lives right on the side of the transmission case. You'll want to be under the truck, looking at the driver's side near the rear of the transmission, not far from the driveshaft. Here's the step-by-step. Jack up your F-150 safely and secure with jack stands. Crawling under, your landmark is the transmission tail shaft. The sensor is tucked above where the transmission meets the drive shaft. Essentially, it stares at the output shaft like a tiny, diligent referee. It's a cylindrical sensor, not huge, with a 2-wire connector plugged in. There will probably be some road grime for camouflage, and honestly, sometimes even a seasoned mechanic misses it and blames it on the ghosts of Henry Ford. Disconnect the negative battery terminal, yes, even if you're impatient. You don't want random voltage arcs, and getting zapped isn't fun. Then, unplug the electrical connector from the sensor itself. Gently, because those connectors get brittle like stale toast. You'll need a short socket or wrench, usually 8mm or 10mm, depending on your setup. There's one small bolt holding the sensor in, and it likes to play hard to get, especially if you live somewhere with real winters and road salt. Patience pays. Once the bolt's out, the sensor just twists and pulls out. Sometimes if it's been there a while, it might need a gentle wiggle. Old sensors sometimes leave O-rings behind, so check the hole and fish it out or you get a mystery leak later. Pro tip, always compare your new sensor to the old one before installation. It's a classic save yourself 30 minutes move, and sensor packaging errors happen more than you'd think. Also, lube the new O-ring with a dab of transmission fluid for an easy install. Installation? Slide the new part in, rebolt it, and reconnect the harness. Negative battery cable back on. Start the engine, clear any diagnostic codes with a basic OBD2 scanner, take a victory lap, and seriously, feel how much smoother it shifts now. This sensor swap isn't just a box checked off. It translates to real-world value. Smoother shifting, protected transmission, fewer weird codes. Plus, you'll often save $200–300 in labor just by doing it yourself. Not bad for one Saturday and some dirty knuckles.